Huh. We completely passed, but we got Maxi and Droll. Okay. April with no good turn 1 play. We have a Lure of Darkness, which will allow us to activate the Droll and Lockbird here. Droll chaining to the Mercurier. Very well done. But unfortunately, the Call of the Grave is going to be fingering the Droll and Lockbird, negating the stop of further searching. We do have Maxi, though. Maxi ready on possibly an effective special summon. I would think the Fusion Deployment is when we would chain. Get ready. Fusion Deployment, chain the Maxi, and now we are drawing per special summon. But on an open field, do we just take the Maxi challenge? What are we afraid of? 3,200 damage on the field, summoning our kit, adding a branded fusion, and now let's get branded summoning. Sending Lubellion for Albaz. Now Albion can attack, even if it activates its effect. 5,700, if we fuse using the graveyard, we win. Come forth, banishing for Titan Clad. It just like that, 9,400 damage, lethal. Game 1, unfortunately, this was not that great of a duel because of April passing turn 1 with no play. Maybe if April opened up the Nadir Servant, we could have done more. Damn. Well, hopefully we have a better game 2. Aluber, come to me, branded fusion. We have no hand trap in sight. Much better than our game 1 brick. We are going to get branded Losting. Now, you're not going to be able to respond to the summon of fusion monsters. Quem sent Albaz, and yeah, is this the most popular way to use Lulu while Lilith, though? Are we not, we're not going to even summon her, we're just using her to summon Quem from the deck? All right. Interesting. Herald of the Abyss, sending the Rinbrum to the graveyard. Now, Rinbrum has a graveyard effect, but the Herald of the Abyss, I think, stops it from even activating. Let's read that real quick. For the rest of the turn, your opponent cannot activate the effects of Rinbrum. Yeah, so we're not going to be able to Rinbrum Reborn back in the field. Quem versus Quem. Mercurier negates the Quem, but it's not negated for the full turn. It's still going to have its second effect if a card leaves the extra deck. Triple Tactics Talent, draw 2 here. And we got grass. Oh boy, how big is this grass? It is quite large. That is a massive grass. Oh my. Milling so many cards into the graveyard here. Serenir sending a Retribution for the decks of the graveyard. Retribution recycling a branded spell or trap for the grave back to our hand. We got the branded in white. Branded white will be able to fuse using the graveyard if we use Albaz, banishing the Mercurier and the Albaz, triggering the Mercurier, making a Lubellion. Lubellion is going to be discarding a card to get fusion summoning, get the Gimmick Puppet into the graveyard, triggering the Quem to reborn the Albaz in the graveyard to then fuse with the Mirror Jade. Mercurier add from the deck an Albaz monster. Quem reborn our own Albaz. And then Branded Sword's going to be adding back a Mercurier to our hand, which will be able to negate a monster effect. So being the non-turn player, your Albaz will be on the higher chain link, thus it will be negatable by the Mercurier, as the Albaz that we are summoning as the turn player will not be negatable if you are going to be chain link blocking with your Albaz. So you would have to say no if you had a direct negate. And the Mirror Jade could just banish it though. Let's see. Add back, this should be interesting. Albaz, Albaz, and then our Albaz activates, then this Albaz activates, and then we could negate that Albaz activates. Oh, we got Albion Sanctifier Dragon. Discard Maxi, discard our Cartesia, Mercurier negate, exactly what I said. Non-turn player will be on the higher chain link for that negate. We have Called by the Grave to negate that Mercurier though, thus the fusion summoning's happening. Our Albaz will fuse, then your Albaz will fuse if it's still on the field here. Do we fuse with the Albaz to stop their Albaz fusion? Yes. Make a Borlode Furious Dragon, just like that. Now Branded Loss will be triggering, grabbing our kit, and we are going to be special summoning our kit here. Kit's going to be adding a Branded Fusion, then returning a card back into the deck. Come forth, Branded Fusion, sending Lubellion and Albaz to make our Albion, which can attack the turn it activates. All our zones are used besides the extra monster zone. Mirror Jade will be chain banishing non-target. What are we banishing? Goodbye to the Albion. So, do we really need that Albion? We're going to fuse with the Lubellion instead, making our Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade is here. Now, Alibur is going to be negating the Furious Dragon, so Furious Dragon will be activating before it gets negated. We're going to use the Mirror Jade to banish before the Furious Dragon resolves. Banishing the Borreload Furious. Goodbye to the Alibur and the Quem. Come forth and summon Alibur despite having no monster to negate. We could Suicide into the Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade 1 and Mirror Jade 2 will be activating to wipe out the entire field of monsters during the end phase. Alibur resummoning from the grave because you dealt with a fusion monster to then come forth and summon. Into defense we go. Now, you must be asking, what does the Sanctifier Dragon do? What is it doing? Is it going to be doing anything? It's got the quick effect. During your opponent's turn only, quick effect target 2 monsters in any graveyard, and we do have the puppet in the grave, don't we? We could summon a puppet to their field, and then they can't summon anything except puppet monsters, so they got the setup to win. But the Mirror Jade's gonna wipe it out, right? Do we have a branded opening in the graveyard off of the grass to protect us from destruction? Possibly, maybe, yes we do. Branded opening's gonna protect us from being destroyed by the Mirror Jade, thus we will get on with the puppet lock. We get Branded Banishment to then fuse with the Albion Sanctifier Dragon. I think that's our only play. The Branded High Spirits. Called by? What are you saying called? Called what? Cartesia add back. He kept Called by in the hand. Yeah, he did. Called by's in the hand. Called by. His own Called by. What is he going to be using it on anyway? Wiping out everything but the fusion. The brand opening's protected. We're going to be using the Called by or the banishment. Holding on. This detail is big. Holding on to Called by the grave for the end phase to protect the Sanctifier Dragon from being dealt with the banishment, which I believe we did search and set. So this was not random. We knew that they were going to do this. So what was the counterplay? There is no counterplay because if we would have waited, then this is activatable during the draw phase. During the opponent's turn, draw phase, it does not matter. They would be able to activate the effect to get the Gimmick Puppet on the field. So that was very well done. Quick play that is cannot be used the turn it's set. So hold on to it for the end phase. Beautifully done. Is there a way to stop this? I think if we were able to fusion summon on Chainlink 1 with some other effect while we were under the protection of Branded Lost, we would then have to use the banishment under the blanket protection of the Branded Lost to then fuse with the Sanctifier Dragon to stop the Called by play. Okay. Alibur here. This is it. Here's the trade offer. I get a Mirror Jade, and you get a Gimmick Puppet of Nightmare. And you now can't summon anything. You cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except Gimmick Puppet monsters. Damn. Disgusting. Sending Albion from the deck to the grave. Branded Opening is now in the grave to protect our fusion monsters from being destroyed. We're going to recycle the Branded Banishment to attempt to fuse during their turn, which is when we're going to be allowed to summon. And we are negated. Okay. Because, we're the Called by? Got Called by, yes. So we're activating again. So we are negated on the previous turn, activate again, banishing a card off the field. Goodbye to the Gimmick Puppet, which will be resummoning. We're going to need to fuse with the Albion Sanctifier Dragon. We have to deal with this. So the Quem is going to be reborn. The Rinbrum's going to be summoning an Albaz. Albaz will be discarding a card on summon to get fusion with. We're also going to be fusing with the Quem and the Cartesia to make our Masquerade. Very well done. Albaz, discard, get fusion summoning, and then we have Branded Lost. So what's interesting here is we are protected by the Branded Lost. You cannot chain to the Albaz fusion here. You also can't chain to the summon of the Mirror Jade. So on the summon with toggle on, you do not want to wait for an open game state or other moments here. While you're protected by Branded Lost by fusion summoning on Chainlink 1, deal with that Sanctifier Dragon right here, right now. Sending the sprint to the graveyard, getting rid of it, burning for 600 per card activation as the Alibur resummons from the graveyard. Now we are going to be reborning our Mirror Jade and potentially fusing with the field. Using your Mirror Jade, your Masquerade into a Predaplant Dragos Depelia. That is 7,500 damage on the field. Now our own Alibur will be activating the graveyard to negate the Mirror Jade to come forth and summon to block an attack. But we're at 5,000 life. We have super polymerization within the battle phase, fusing both Aliburs into a Despian Quiritis. And just like that, over 1,000 damage on the field. An epic duel from both players here. And that is the power of Sanctifier Dragon plus the Gimmick Puppet of Nightmare. Summon the Gimmick Puppet. It's a continuous effect. It's not a trigger. It does not activate. It just continually, for the rest of the turn, even if you flip it down, banish it, tribute it, it does not matter. You're still locked out of summoning anything but Gimmick Puppets. That's special summoning. And if you're avoiding Twitch because of ads, I have no ads on today's stream. There is a pre-roll ad, but beyond that, there should be no ads for the rest of the duel. For the rest of the stream, that is. Now, what did we accomplish here? We sent a Legendary Ocean in the graveyard, which will activate onto the field with the Sea Stealth attack, which will turn on the Jellyfish to be able to negate a monster or a spell. We have Banish a face-up card on the field. We have this card's kind of weird. It summons a bunch of monsters from the deck. Summon up to 2 monsters with different names from your hand or deck that mention Umi. So this will be the Karyushin Floodgate. We're going to be setting up that Floodgate where you can only have 1 non-water on the field. Let's go. Sea Stealth attack, Legendary Ocean, activating the Max C. Ooh! He ate that Ash with the Max C so he could flip up the Karyushin Dark Reef without disruption. Oh, the Jellyfish also can negate. So I'm going to eat that Ash and also negate it. And then we're going to be setting up that Floodgate. Ogre's going to be looking at the top cards of the deck. We're looking at the top 5 here. We're looking deep. Are you banishing? Ooh, very likely a 1 of Zephyros we just banished from the deck. We have Gold Sark banishing a Tempest, which will activate to grab a Wind monster from the deck. Wind Dragon. Got Remus, which will grab a Ravine. And with double Ravine, we're about to get Floodgated soon, though, right? Send a face-up Umi to the graveyard, special summon up to 2. But then we don't have Umi on the field, so this actually does not work. We send Umi to summon a card that needs Umi. So we don't have as much disruption as I thought. We just had the Fenrir. Dux is going to be equipping the Phalanx from the graveyard. Phalanx will be reborning itself onto the field, but the Fenrir will banish the Dux, getting rid of the Phalanx that is. Legatus is summoning despite being under Max C. We keep on special summoning, showcasing some Ice Jade cards in our hand now. We have Gay Durg adding a Samsara to then discard the Samsara. We're now going to be making a Hieratic Dragon King of Adam. Do we have lethal damage here or what? Come forth and summon from the deck Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, reborning the Gay Durg from the graveyard. Gay Durg is going to be adding the Ringo Worm, discarding the Ringo Worm, which will banish itself to summon an Apple Token. Apple Token is a tuner and non-tuner. It's both in one. It can be treated as a tuner, making the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon monster negate. There's a big problem though. The Sea Stealth attack is making the Ogre unstoppable within the battle phase. If you battle into it, it will destroy you at the start of the damage step. Glow is going to be glowing the Mistletoe from the deck to our hand as we tribute for the Mistletoe, special summoning it, equipping the Gay Durg to then use the Glow to special summon the Gay Durg back onto the field. We have 12 cards in our hand due to Max C so far. Baby Rock being added, discarding Baby Rock, which will trigger the Baby Rock to summon itself onto the field. We are now making another Adam. Adam's going to be summoning a dragon. Can we deck them out? 19 cards left, 18 cards left in the deck. Let's keep on going. Hieratic Heavenly Spheres. If tributed, we'll summon another dragon for the deck. Samsara, add the Mistletoe in the graveyard back to our hand, which will tribute to then trigger the effect to summon from the deck, equipping a Phalanx from the graveyard, which will summon itself onto the field. So we have 2 summons here at least. And then we're going to have a Synchro again. Summon 16. Okay, Phalanx could summon. Borreload Savage Dragon will be our Omni Negate on top of the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Phalanx, come forth and summon. Shokan into the Excel Synchro, which is summon from the grave, then summon into a Dissipator, which will then summon a banished card. No, we're making Ascalon instead. Now, we're going to have to pause here. What does Ascalon do? It's a boss monster from Duel Links. Banish a Dragunity from the graveyard, target a monster your opponent controls, banish it. Not once per turn. So as many Dragoonies as you have, you could keep on banishing from the graveyard and off the field you go. Let's go. You have Armagram, which is going to be banishing the Rock and Adam to summon itself onto the field. 10 cards left. Banish from the grave. Goodbye to the Jellyfish. And we're going to be activating the Kraken. Kraken is going to be negated. It's attempting to return back a monster that you control and your opponent. So that is the Crystal Wing Synchro. We still have the Borreload Negate. Goodbye to the Jellyfish. As I said, not hard once per turn. Banishing again, goodbye to the Fenrir. And to battle we go. Going in on the Sea Stealth attack, we're going to negate the start of the damage step effect of destroying the monster that is battling into the Ogre. And it's only once per damage step. So just like that, gaining a whopping boost over that Ogre to then follow up lethal with the Savage Dragon. But we're going to be activating the Dark Reef, summoning 2 monsters onto the field, going into the Karyushin. Unfortunately, we do not have Umi on the field, so the Floodgate effect is not active. Going in onto the Whale. Whale on the attack is going to be destroying a monster, taking out the Ascalon, triggering its effect to summon a Dragunity Knight from the extra deck. Come forth, we are here, equipping from the graveyard our Phalanx, and now goodbye to the Whale. Do we have a follow-up lethal? We do not. We're passing to 22 cards as they draw into the draw phase. 22 card hand. We do have Fenrir. We have a negate. We have a monster negate plus negate anything. The Armogram is going to be able to do something too. When your opponent's monster, is there a negate on this? I don't think so. I don't see a negate on this. The other one negates. Wait, Wing Beast special summon from the graveyard's effects equip. When your opponent's monster is destroyed by battle, it does nothing. Let's go. And this one also I don't think does anything. Yeah, so we just have 2 negates. Just getting Karyushin on the field, forcing him to have 1 non-water on the field. Borreload Savage Dragon ready with the negate. But it needs to negate the Sea Stealth attack. But we have Electric Jellyfish, which could negate the negate, or can it? Let's read it. This says negate the effect. Thus, the Jellyfish cannot negate the Borreload in the damage step, which is when the Sea Stealth attack activates, because it does not negate the activation. We got Rand summoning a token to now make a Greater Dragon. When this card is synchro summoned, you're going to target cards your opponent controls up to the number of water monsters used for the synchro summon of this card, which was 2, and we are going to destroy them. Borreload will negate. Jelly will negate the negate. I do not think so, mate. GB Trap plays with an epic Ice Jade Water Umi control deck, taking victory over Dragunity, with a little bit of help from Maxi. This was, who won game 1? I think Dragunity, right? Is this game 1? Lethal damage. I'm forgetting everything after the craziness of this duel. Was that game 1? Is that game 1? I think that was game 1. Oh boy. Gold Sark, banishing Tempest, grabbing a Wind Dragon. Come to me, Remus. Dissipator can destroy a monster if they activate. Borreload can negate anything. Crystal Wing can negate a monster. We have the Hieratic Seal, which could spin a card in the field back to the hand. Could we even Kaiju? No, because we're going to draw phase, make plays. Hieratic Heavenly Sphere, spin back the Ravine, back to our hand, summoning a Phalanx from the deck, using the Phalanx and the Borreload Savage Dragon to make the unstoppable Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity. What do you do against this? You can activate this card. For the rest of this turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects on the field. Can't activate. What do we do? We scoop. We scoop. That is the only option. Scoop. It's like a Kali Yuga. Damn. Make more Mako support. Is this considered a Mako deck? Wait, the Whirlwind's not activatable because the opponent does not control a monster because they bricked. Maxi in the draw phase, we're going to call him by the grave. We have nothing to stop it. The Ice Barrier, when an attack is declared involving the opponent's monster, you could change the opponent's monster to 0 attack. And that's pretty much it. Not going to be that good. Now, surely we should have lethal damage on a field with 0 disruption. Setting up the Ravine, discarding the Phalanx, grabbing the Ducks. That's our normal summon. Equip the Phalanx, special summon the Phalanx, level 6 synchro into the Gay Durg, which will add a monster, then discard a card. Discarding the Zephyros, and we have to discard a Dragon or Winged Beast, by the way, not just any card we could discard. Making the Romulus to grab the Dragunity Glow. Glow is going to be adding the Mistletoe, setting up the Ravine. Again, Mistletoe is going to come forth and summon, equipping the Gay Durg to then use the Glow to summon the Gay Durg back on the field to add the Ringo Worm. discard the Ring of Worm, then banish the Ring of Worm to summon a level 2 non-tuner and tuner token in one, making the Borreload Savage Dragon, which will be the Omni Negate, to negate the Ice Barrier. Magnahot banishing, we have 6,100 damage on the field so far. Adam is going to be summoning a monster from the deck. It will be a dragon, it will be 0 attack. It will be the Red Eyes Darkness Metal, reborning the Gay Durg again to search for the Baby Rock, discarding the Baby Rock, activating the Baby Rock to summon itself onto the field to make the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Now we have 9,000 damage on the field. I don't know if the Adam cannot attack, so I do like that icon there. Maybe Konami should be doing more things like that. But even despite not being able to attack, we have Borreload Savage Dragon being able to negate the Ice Barrier. We have Armagram for lethal damage alongside our other monsters that can attack. 29, finish him. Lethal damage. Now, we're going to be activating the Ice Barrier, sending a monster from the deck to the graveyard, and then you could add a monster to the graveyard back to the hand. Was there a way to like add Kraken and then stop the attack? I don't think so. It just like that. We have the Crystal Wing Dragon, if you could even do that to negate that monster effect. Good job, Honda Powered. We are, oh, we got Mannadium. Gia, you wanted Mannadium? We got wait, did you want Mannadium? We got the ball. JL, what the heck? Pop the ball. It's all about popping your balls and then activating them to summon a ball from the deck. But when you're under max C, you pop your ball and do nothing else. That's it. Yeah, we popped our ball, didn't activate it, but we do have an enemy controller. We talked about this, that Max C is a card that would shut down Mannadium completely, which we did see that right here. Damn. Max C is all you need to beat Mannadium. Does Mannadium and Unchained, those decks that are doing well in the TCG, they are top tier. They're both top 5 decks in the TCG, but they don't have Max C. We're going to be tributing for the Lubellion, setting up the Regain, negating the Fenrir, summoning the Rocket, and then ending our turn. Didn't we have battle? I don't get it. What happened? I must have been talking through it. Maxi again. You survived turn 1 in my follow-up, but you're going to get Maxied again. So still, we're not going to be seeing the Mannadium plays. The Arrival could reborn a Scareclaw, or the Vsauce. We have the Peaceful Planet, which could add a Mannadium monster, could have added the Rhymeheart. What the heck? Scareclaw, Kashtira banishing from the graveyard. We're going to be drawing another card here. Baldrake's going to be banishing to come forth and summon, getting ready to banish a monster summon for the extra deck, using up the Baron de Floor, Omni Negate, negate and destroy. Now what? Making our Lightheart anyway, even under Max C, because we know we're going to lose anyway. Lightheart attempting to search for the field spell, which will search for a Vsauce or the Rhino Heart. That is going to be negated here. But now we're going to follow up with the Peaceful Planet. Ash is going to negate. It's endless. Now we have the Scareclaw Arrival, which will reborn the Scareclaw Kashtira from the graveyard. Is that good? What are we doing? To battle we go. I think we're just... Oh! That's actually a play, because we do need the extra monster zone to be open. We have to have a Scareclaw in the main monster zone to summon it into the extra monster zone to search for the field spell. Let's go. A valid play. Couldn't Baron de Floor have just destroyed it, though? Did we already use Baron de Floor, destroy a card in the field? We already did. Now we have Nibiru. There we go. This is it. Now, Arrival is usable more than once per turn, so we can Rykart into another Arrival. And guess what? We're going to pop a card, not only pop a card, but also we're going to draw an additional card with the Rykart, adding a card from the deck to the hand. So add plus draw. Add the Arrival, it is activatable. Draw randomly into another field spell, which is not activatable, and I guess we're scooping it up. Bruh, ain't no way. We got Max C again. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Max C in the standby phase, can't triple tactics talent. Damn. What do we do? Rykart searching for Arrival. Shouldn't we search for the Twin Saw if we play it? Maybe we don't play Twin Saw. Search Twin Saw, set Twin Saw, they summon a Link 3, then you flip it up. Well, you could pop early, pop 2. I mean, if he had, he would have played it. Econ taking the Rocket Synchron. Very good play here. Banishing for the Red Eyes Darkness Metal, special summoning the level 4 or lower dragon to make the Striker Dragon, which we thought we were stopping from being summoned, but the one of Red Eyes Darkness Metal putting him back in the game. Can he really do much here? Oh, wow. Okay. Are we going to get cooking now? Oh, Maxi again. Back to back Max freaking C. I think this is the 4th Max C. Magna Hut banishing. Activating a search for a dragon during the end phase. Who knows what Mannadium does because we keep seeing Max C. Now, the Meek could special summon itself onto the field, but now it can't because the Reinhardt's back in the hand. Damn. Magna Hut activating from the deck, summoned in attack position. That's kind of weird. We're going to use the Mannadium spell, the Obsidian, to pop our monster to get searching. We got the field spell, searching for the Vsauce, Starfrost, special summon the Vsauce, Starfrost, special summon the ball onto the field. Reinhardt pop the ball, which will trigger the ball to summon a ball, and the field spell will summon the ball from the graveyard back in the field. So we have ball from the deck, ball from the grave. The Vsauce Starfrost is a level 6 tuner. Let's get to it. We got a level 10 Synchro. We have triple tactics talent. Taking control of a level 6, very good for making our level 10 Synchro. We now got Dissipator. Dissipator can negate Nibiru. We're good. Dissipator can return a banished card the opponent controls back to negate. Do we negate the Ash Blossom with Dissipator? We do not. Now, the right card also would have drawn a card in addition to the search, but we already have an Arrival in the hand. Now we have Chaos Angel. Chaos Angel making our Dissipator and itself unaffected from monster effects here. Making Astra loud. Oh, damn, that looked so good. By banishing a Vsauce and a 1500/2100 from the graveyard, come forth and summon. We're now going to be sent to the graveyard to make a Baron de Flor. That's it. Lethal damage. We got Dissipator, negate, Baron de Flor, Omni, negate. Damn. So let me take a better look at Dissipator here for you. When your opponent activates a monster effect, you target a banished card from either banished pile, shuffle in the deck. If it was your deck, it's a destroy but not negate. If it's shuffled into their deck, it's a negate the activated effect. So very well done. We did get to see the power of Mannadium under back-to-back Max C. They don't have Max C in the hand, but they could set up a ton of negates. So this will show us the power of Mannadium being able to play through disruption. Making our board load Savage Dragon, so we have an Omni Negate plus a Monster Negate. What else do we have here? Resummoning our Chaos Ruler, and yeah, I'm gonna say this again. Where's Dissipator? I'm seeing Dragunity summon Dissipator, not Dragon Link. And, we did see Dissipator summoned in an earlier duel here. Let's do it. No hand traps beside, well, the Bestial Druiswarm might be some form of disruption here. I'm thinking you either chain to the Arrival effect, or you may have to preemptively banish before they summon an Astrolaud, which is, you gotta banish the Vsauce Starfrost. Let's go. Ooh, we got Droplet. Field spell activate, negate the activation. We're going to use Called by the Grave, banishing the Rocket Tracer from the graveyard, then chaining the Forbidden Droplet, sending a monster so they cannot chain a monster effect to it. Not that that was that important here. Negating, I would think, the Borland and the Borload, so we will get our monster search. The Obsidian must destroy a monster we control to add a Peaceful Planet from the deck to our hand, which will be adding a Mannadium card. So we got our right card. Right card on summon will grab the Arrival. We're going to be triggering the effect of the Regained, adding an Ash off the top of the deck. Damn! That is an unfortunate negate, but we're not done yet. We have Obsidian, pop, add. We have the field spell. The Obsidian could banish to summon the Reinhardt from the hand onto the field since we already used up our normal summon. That could search for a ball. The ball could special summon onto the field. So we do have a little something. How do we pop the ball, though? I don't think we can. So we're grabbing the Meek. Meek special summon. And then level 6 Synchro. Destroy the ball by battle. Damn! Pop the ball by battle, triggering the field spell and the ball to summon a ball from the deck. That works out. We could have made the ball level 4 if we wanted to. Druiswarm preemptively banishing the right card from the graveyard. Now making a Stardust Charge Warrior, which we can make an Excel Synchro Dragon off of this. Excel Synchro Stardust, as I said, reborn the ball from the graveyard. And then we're now making our level 10 Baron de Fleur. Baron de Fleur, popping the Borland while it's negated by the Droplet, and now we have a set enemy controller. Borland is no good. We are ready to negate. The Lubellion will be triggering the Druiswarm to send the Baron de Fleur to the graveyard, though, forcing our hand to negate. Thus, our only disruption is enemy controller, and the best way to disrupt with it would be to take control of a key monster, which I don't think we're going to have a good opportunity to really do so. This is where we may be fearing a goddess. We are going to be curry-carrying the Baron de Fleur instead, and just like that, back-to-back-to-back Maxis, stealing game 1, ripping an Ash Blossom off the top of the deck with the regained, really stealing game 3, and game 2 was still a very good duel from Crobat with Mannadium, and that, I would say, is the current state of Mannadium. The question is, why play Mannadium over Dragon Link? I don't know. We'll be getting more support from Mannadium soon, though. Potentially, maybe.